Gentlemen, have a great match, gentlemen, and you may lag for break.
Sports International Expo being hosted at the Rio All Suites Hotel and Casino. This is the only WPA sanctioned World Championship to take place in America. The 64-player field is based on invites and WPA rankings. This is a $100,000 added Predator World 10-Ball Championship presented by CueSports International and sponsored by Predator. This will be a race to 8 double elimination in the first stage and a race to 10 for the final 16 players in the second. Alternating break. Jeremy Jones and myself, George DHI, will be in the booth to bring you the live action.
And a great break off, it looks like, by Sky Woodward in game number 1. Now these two, they've met in some big moments in the Moscone Cup, that's for sure, and other tournaments, so nothing new as far as the two players are concerned with each other. Now, both of them, I know Skylar played twice, I believe, in the last round on this table, so in the last tournament, excuse me, on this table.
Well, they did change the cloth on the table. They changed the bed of the cloth only, not the rails, and it is Predator cloth. Along with arena lights and Predator everything, the triangle rack, and it is the diamond tables.
Much different in one regard, this event. A few rules that are different in the Vegas Diamond, but I think the biggest difference is the alternate break as far as affecting matches. So you're going to have to take advantage when it's your break, that's for sure. Can't make up games, you know, in a winter break format like this past week.
Where you can make them up real quick if you can run a couple of racks, or even make a 10-ball on the break, which will not count here. Neither will early 10s. 10 will be spotted if it's pocketed, but it must be called.
Yeah, and when you get in the heat of the battle, you can forget that rule for some reason.
4 days you played by the others.
Well, that and just for a long time in your life, you just don't play any other kind of way when you get into competition. So we saw it a year and a half ago where guys would make the 10 and they wouldn't get in trouble raking the balls or anything, but they wouldn't play position on the next one, not knowing or not realizing it wasn't a win.
That could happen to this player right here once.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
Well, a nice clean opening out. Of course, a great break off there by Sky. That helps. See how Josh Filler can respond in game number 2. So race to 8 here, as George said, in the final 16, we'll go to a race to 10. Lots of great matches already going.
The players are on a 30-second time clock with a 30-second extension, and of course they have 60 seconds after the first break per player per game. Balls. This is 10 balls, so for some of you that maybe are new to the stream, balls must be played in rotation, pocket called, only one ball may be called, no two-way shots. We are at the Rio All Suites Hotel and Casino during the CueSports International Expo, and this is the home of the BCA World Championships, the USA National Championships, the Diamond Las Vegas Open, which we had the last 4 days, and this, the Predator World 10-Ball Championship. And I think I said in the introduction, it's the only WPA sanctioned World Championship to take place in America this year. "64 players were invited, 4 by the WPA rankings." And here's Joshua Filler.
Yeah, we talked about it in the last tournament. It seemed like the table started to break better as the tournament went along, which is actually not the norm. He's made a couple on the break, I think. And he's going to get a shot here. It's tight.
Wow.
It's tight, I'll tell you. He may be able to squeak this one in. I'm not sure if the 2 passes. And I'm not sure he can put much into the cue ball to move cue ball on this one ball. He may have to play the 2 by the 9.
This young man, this 23-year-old young man, has had a big amount of success. He was a finalist last year, I believe, and lost to Ko Ping Chung.
Yeah, he is the reigning U.S. Open 9-ball champion. We didn't have one last year during pandemic.
And actually, he defeated the older Ko Ping Yi in the semifinal to meet Ko Ping Chung in the final.
Yeah, missing those two here this year. That's unfortunate. Always great for the tournament. The cue ball here. Okay, gonna be just fine. Now Josh is lefty, so probably wants to get somewhere in the center of the table, a slight angle. He's got to be able to reach it. All right, going 3 rails to short side here. Got to have good speed control to gain that angle.
It's going to fall right on the rail, it looks like. He's going to be straight in.
This is what I would have worried about.
Yeah, sure.
And that's the only problem with short side, is you don't have as much room for error usually, because you have to go far enough to get the cut, and then not too far not to get straight in. So,
and if you hit the side rail, that English is usually going to put you right on the head rail, like it just did. It just fell right on that ball. And
well, you know, not much slows Josh down, but you can tell how difficult this is going to be on the 10, taking a lot of time on what a lot of amateurs would say a straight-in shot, but that's not the problem.
Yeah, the problem is getting position on the 10, and actually we might see if he stays up there. This is how he's going to be. This is how he was shooting those spot shots in the Diamond Las Vegas.
Yeah, and that tells you how tough that was. He couldn't try to go very far at all with the cue ball. So very difficult shot here in game number 2. Don't want to bet against him though. Wow.
It's a big miss.
Yeah, big miss too, because Sky will break in game number 3 as well.
Well, 2-0, and Skyler takes advantage of that 10 ball. Nice to see. I mean, I'm sure he got excited when Josh landed that cue ball straight in on the 9, because that was tough to come off that rail. I couldn't see anything else he could do. Just settle for that long shot.
No, I think the 9 was a little far from the pocket to play rail first. And Josh, you know, you gotta rely on how great you are sometimes right there. I think he did the right thing, making sure he didn't do something silly on the 9 and miss the 9. I know it didn't work out for a win in game number 2, but I think that was the right decision, giving himself the shot on the 10.
I agree. You got to give yourself a chance to win instead of taking a big chance on missing the 9.
Well, you know, the thing is, the 10 ball is a miss, and he doesn't feel good about it, that's for sure, but it was a missable ball. You go down trying to do something silly on the 9, you feel much worse about it, you know. Mentally it can really tax on you a little bit. Okay, there's that ball 4 rails. This table's breaking super nice right now.
Well, keep in mind that the bet cloth is new.
Yeah, and possibly as far as some people, some of the players maybe good were playing alternate break, because I could see some of the players maybe not getting to shoot much if one of these guys get going, or any of the players in the tournament. It looks like the 3 passes. It's tight, but I think it does go by the 9. All right, he's going 3 rails with inside around the 10.
I thought he'd be coming back underneath the 8.
Well,
so it must pass. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it passes. And you know, refelt in that bed, it's kind of hard to hold that with low outside right there for that nice little angle on the 3 to get back on the 4. So I think the 3 rail choice was okay.
He had some practice time before. Oh, yeah, this passes. This is nice. Nice position on the 4 ball. Wow, this guy's looking good. Looking real solid and comfortable, actually.
Well, we talked after, you know, he took a loss in the diamond. He's playing great. He's just got to put a little more time in, you know, on the norm, on the practice table, making sure of a few things. And I don't really see him making too many mistakes.
Looking good through the first 2 racks and this 3rd one to go up 3-0 once he pockets his 10 ball. Filler will be up to break the 4th game in this alternating break format. He's trailing 3-0 in a race to 8.
Yeah, one. I mean, of course, it was a miss on the 10, but I wouldn't consider that the mistake in rack number 2 that cost him this 3-game deficit. I would say it was just a little positional error getting straight on the 9. And now a tough look at the 1, even though he's right next to it. The angle just doesn't offer much, George.
It doesn't. He either has to go away from the
He's going 3 rails.
Yeah, he's got to, and that's.
It's natural though to go around the 10 though. Oh, he missed the 1. So
that could be painful.
Yeah.
You could be looking at 4-0 because this is, I mean, once you get on this 5 ball and move up for the 6, things look really good.
Yeah, and the bottom rail is very available with the 4 near the center of the table. So without something, just don't get too thin on the 4, whether you play it in the corner or the side. It looks like from that shot he's going to play for the side pocket.
Yeah, so he wants to be careful not to come too far down past the side pocket.
This is where you would use the 2 rails to make sure you're not coming too far.
Okay. And
like
he
that.
does.
Yeah, that way you're coming into the line always.
That second rail slowing the cue ball down a little bit and checking it and taking the angle from crossing it.
Yeah, what it does also is it makes it to where your speed has to be incredibly off to get on the far side of that four ball. You know, you have a good 10 to 18 inch realm of or zone to get into that's going to play just fine.
And for a lot of the amateur players, you know, with the nerves raging, sometimes that could be an issue.
Well, with the amateurs, what it is most of them understand that stuff. But it's the applying the inside English and cueing the ball differently. It causes them some misses sometimes. So, you know, when you have a little bit of, when you're a little unsuccessful, you'll stay away from things that, you know what I mean, George?
Gotcha. So, yes, I do, yeah.
But it is important.
This guy's looking solid.
Yeah, he's looking great. And
this is 4-0.
like I said, we talked and we really think just in the last few weeks his game is starting to come around better and better.
I'll give you an idea of some of the other matches going on around the other 7 tables. We have Ferry Satriati versus Mario Hay, Naoyuki Oi, Carlos Biado, Jeffrey DeLuna, Steve Hold'em, Tyler Steyer, John Mora, Sullivan Clark, James Aranas, Alvin Ocean, Oscar Dominguez, Tia Chen Hei versus Kun Lin Wu, who just won the Diamond Las Vegas tournament day before yesterday. Alex Kazakis, Thorsten Homan, Dennis Torpolo, Mika Imanen. Oh, I'm sorry, that's going to be our next stream match. That was the Wu match was the last one. Kazakis and Homan will meet at 1 o'clock.
Skyler, he's got to love that the table's breaking. I don't want to say easier, just better, I guess is the best way to say it. Because he's one that doesn't really unload. Oh man, what a like an ultimate sin in the game of rotation and when you're up 4-0. I mean, things are going your way. Not saying you want to back off the break to make sure you don't scratch. You don't want to do that, of course. You still want to be aggressive, but man, a big mistake at 4-0.
You know, and Jeremy, in the past years, we saw this when someone gets a big lead like that. All of a sudden, the opponent puts together 2 racks, the mistake and his own.
Yeah.
And that's how they get back into the match.
Well, Filler hasn't. I mean, the one ball that he had a moment ago wasn't easy to go around 3 rails. Made it a missable ball. Of course, the mistake in rack number 2, we all saw that. But it's weird. Just in sports, usually you get a chance. You know, it looked like it was going to be. Ooh, he's okay. Probably didn't want to be that near the cushion, but shouldn't be a problem.
Probably take the 9 ball in the opposite side pocket. More like the Joshua Filler we're accustomed to seeing. But like you said, they weren't really mistakes. The mistake was the position of the shot.
Yeah.
Some great matches. John Lehman, our head referee and tournament director, will be racking the balls with new Predator Triangle rack. As we block. There's more players, more amateur players here to watch and fill the stands and get photos with their favorite professional players. And we have a couple more additions to the pro field that we had for the Diamond Las Vegas. In this tournament, you have Eklund Kachi that wasn't here, one of the top players in the world. Let's see if I can find a couple.
Well, we lost quite a few because the Diamond was 128 players, where this is on rankings and invitation only. So, lost a few and gained a few. Now this is going to tell a big tale in this match. I think this rack right here after a mistake from Sky. Let's see it.
Oh, look at this break.
I'm telling you, it's breaking. It's breaking nice. So
3 balls with a nice shot on the 1. And leads for position. Wow.
Yeah, if the 4 goes by the 8, that makes things much easier because the 5-6 definitely is a combination or short side. So if he has to play the 4-8 to get on the 5 afterwards, that could get a little tricky, George.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm looking to see how he can get down. He can follow the ball down. He can go forward. Yeah, he's not straight in. He's got just a little bit of angle that he can come forward and hit just past the side pocket. He's coming all the way down past to the bottom rail. I thought I might be able to grab the side rail, but no, he had to come all the way down to the bottom.
Well, now he's looking at the 4 by the 8, but I think he's got to play the 8, it looks like to me.
Well,
it looks like that's the only real play. Wow, what a straight shooter. He's going to bump the 6 maybe. No, he's going to get right around it. So Joshua Filler doing what is needed to cut the score line.
Everything in his power to get back to a positive number and not a deficit.
Well, Skyler knows that scratch on the break was going to cost him that one, and now it's going to cost him another, just kind of momentum-wise. It was Filler's break no matter what, but Sky's got to like that alternate break format now that he can get back to the table here after game number 6. Probably comes up 2 rails. Okay.
Almost went a little far.
Yeah. Great cue ball. Of course, one of the straightest shooters in the game, especially, you know, in big moments. He's a guy that uses stun a little more than most, but it's always a clean stun, George. It's a cue ball so well.
Sky Woodward to break, leading 4-2 in this alternate break format. And he paid the price for that scratch on the side. It cost him 2 games.
Yeah, and Sky knows that scratch was on him. Definitely led the cue ball towards that side pocket, so he's got to shore that up. That was better.
Oh, what a nice break. He's got to make one.
Yeah, I haven't seen nothing down yet.
And he's broken dry, which he could pay a heavy price for, because this could be 2 more games. The one I'm sorry, the 9-7. I thought that was the one first. The one's open up on top.
And Filler, of course, regarded as, like I said, one of the straightest, cuest shooters. But his position play, too, is something that I don't think gets enough credit at times.
Oh, well, he showed
Really
it on
sharp.
that one shot when he came all the way around that table for it.
Well,
One
he's
cost
just-
him, the other one didn't.
Yeah, he's just sharp with it, though. He's really good straight pool player. Plays really good 8-ball. I don't know if he got where he wanted here. He's going to have to cue this with some inside English to get by the 5 and drop down for the 4. This is tough, especially on a slick bed.
Mm-hmm.
Ball might deflect on him a little bit because he's got to load it up, it looks like to me. Now he'll use some more. Yeah, he's putting some inside. He could overcut this.
He's got problems.
Almost got through there, though.
Yeah, he did.
Lefty, so he's definitely going to play that side of the 4. Okay, good enough. Thought he may leave that little kick between the 5-7. That would be the kick shot that Sky would want, that's for sure.
He's going the 4-ball, 2-rail kick.
And he wants to come 2 rails across it and separate it. Now on the new felt, he could end up short and not hit the 4 at all. I don't know if that's gonna turn out how he wanted. Good though. 4 doesn't pass the 6. He's gonna put him on top of he's gonna bank it and put him on the 7-9 here. Like that. Ooh, I don't know if
It's on the wrong side. This is going to leak. Wow, with good speed. Oh, I don't know.
yeah, you can see it. I don't know what he can do with it just yet, but
Looks like if he wants to, he can bank it. It's a tough shot.
yeah, I think the 8's in the way for him to bank it by the 6. Pretty sure. I don't think he has the entire 4-ball.
Oh, okay.
He may just have to come across this and kind of get the 4 out in the middle of the table and put the cue ball on the back rail. I mean, you want to get a snooker, but the snooker's not there a lot of times. When you go for it, you sell out an easier shot. I'd like to have to make Filler come with one here.
Can you bank it like towards the 6-ball and put the cue ball on the head rail?
Maybe, and that's what I was saying. I don't know if I'd bank it that far down. I'd like to bank it just past the side and put him on the end rail. I don't know if he gets it all the way down. Of course, you can't leave an easy safety either. This is a pretty smart play if the 4 gets up.
And
Wow.
the 5-ball can come into play.
Really nice shot.
Wow.
Really nice shot. A lot of control on the object ball and the cue ball.
That back cut bank. Got him good save.
Joshua taking a lot of time here. May use his extension as well.
Call it for the side.
Called it in the side pocket, probably just to call something more than anything. I believe he just wants to find cover behind the 7-9-5.
And anytime you're kicking the object ball towards an open side of the table, you never feel good about it. You always want to kick towards congestion. That way you have a chance of getting a snooker or one you didn't plan. Okay, so a nice safety has gotten them a great opportunity here. Just got to keep it simple here. A little surprised he went all the way around there. Just didn't expect it at first.
Fortunately, it laid real nice for it.
Yeah. It should be the 7 in the side, 8 in the probably. It just depends. Either of the upper corners is fine.
these 3 balls to get past the midpoint for the match.
And it's races to 8 in the early stages.
Never feel real comfortable with the lead, but with the alternate break, they seem to hold up more than not.
Yeah, you know, the first part of my career was all winter break, pretty much. I mean, there was occasional tournament that was alternate break. I think the BCA Pro Invitational, which was one of the greatest tournaments ever, I thought, with the fields that they had every year. That was the first pro event that went alongside this amateur championships for some 12 or 13 years. But when alternate break was introduced to the game as a more solid thing that's going to happen all the time or more often, a lot of the players, they were really sharked about it. They get down 4-1 in a match, 5-1 in a match, and you could just see that they didn't feel like they had any chance to come back. There's Pia Filler, always sweating her man. Yeah. And you could see the guys just not totally give up, but they were very depressed about a 4-1 deficit, where they started to realize that you can come back. That's just how you got down in the match, 4-1, playing alternate break. You can certainly come back.
This looks like it's going to be dry.
You know, so after the ball's breaking, great for both players at the opening of the match. Now 2 consecutive dry breaks.
Cloth broke in fast, huh?
Well,
no.
We talked about it during the diamond. There's going to be some variance in the rack at times, which I like. I mean, does he have to go into the 2 here?
It looks like it's going to go right at 2.
Yeah. He didn't want to elevate and take a chance at missing, and he could lose the cue ball a little bit. This is a very open table if he gets on the 2. So I think that's just all he had. Now he's just got to roll it in and go by the 8 and take a little cut shot on the 3. Little bit of a tester coming off the rail, right, George? Because you got to hit it easy.
Yep, then he's got to come down and back up. He was able to hold it.
Yeah, I thought so. The 6 was the problem, going down to the rails.
Yes.
Now he went a little further than he wanted. So he's got to play twice back across. Now the one thing is, there's a side pocket off the second rail on the right side that's a little trouble. Plus the 4 doesn't pass the 7, so he'll want to get on the 4 in the side. Away from it a little, but not too bad. This is a little touchy. He's gonna stun this, huh?
Yeah, he might stun. I think he might
Might
come all
roll
the
it.
way up. He might roll it up to the top and come back a little.
He may just ease it in.
I was thinking about that at first, and then I saw him up there looking at the angle. So yeah, he eased it. And I thought he might go up and down, but he researched it and chose on the shorter shot.
Yeah, it's a fine line sometimes when the guys want to move the ball when they don't.
And a lot of it is the angle that they're at, because what we see in the booth and what they see at the table is quite different.
Wow, a huge lead here. 6-2, pretty big lead in this race to 8, especially with the alternate break format.
Keep in mind, Joshua Filler was our finalist last year. He just lost to Ko Ping Chung in the final. So, trying to repeat his 2019 performance. 2020, well, we all stayed home. We were all sent home, excuse me.
And watch Skyler now. This is an easy shot, but watch when he's cueing. We talked about a few mistakes in some of his other matches is when he kind of didn't pause at the cue ball. Really changed that a couple years ago, where he had a heavy pause, like right there. You see, right before the last swing. Rarely misses.
Well, it's 6-2. Skylar Woodward will be breaking to get on the board. He has to get
Look like
it's coming to the table.
and Shaw. Filler's going to take this one ball on and bring the cue ball down this clear side of the table, I believe. Most guys won't pass on this shot, even though it's difficult. But when they can see a reward for position, they're gonna attack. And I hit it thick, and he scratched.
Oh wow!
Cue ball definitely a product of a thick hit on the one.
So, you know, when he stops to look back on this match, you can see that it was a few errors that cost him the match. He did well with the opportunity that he had to get those 2 games. That was off of Sky's scratch. But, you know, he laid flat on that 9 ball to get shape on the 10, hung it up.
Oh, that's got to slow down a little bit. That's going to get underneath and on the rail and be very difficult to manage a path here to get on the 3. It's a big mistake there, in my opinion.
It almost looks like it can go right between the 10 and the 5. It is so tight, though.
I might draw over there to short side on in between the 4-7.
4-7, yeah.
That way I'm not getting snookered.
Let's see how he handles this. He's going through it. He's trying to go right through there.
Oh, wow. Good call and a great shot there. Table's a little faster, the bed. You can see it. Yeah, Filler made that position mistake. That cost him. Skylar made a couple great safeties on him, which hurt. And then getting out with some open table. So he's got to ease this in. Come right to getting a shot on the 4 in the lower left. So he just wants to get past the 9, but not too far past. Oh, wow. Is he thinner than I thought? I thought he could roll that in.
Yeah. I don't think he anticipated hitting that 9 ball.
Yeah, but where was he going? The 4 doesn't pass the 5 in the side.
No, it doesn't. So, yeah, exactly.
I'm not sure. Maybe he was trying to get down there for a safety or the 4 in the upper corner, but I thought the 9 was in the way of that before he just hit it. So,
do you think maybe he was trying to hit the 9 ball full? Because that would have given him position on the 4.
Maybe. I know the guys, you know, just like any other sport, they don't like hitting it easy.
No, right.
You don't like hitting the ball light, but where's he going here? Oh, he played the cross corner.
Well, I think this is the opening that we can't expect very many more openings.
A tough shot here, and he's got to maybe collide into the 8. If he can go by the 8, he gets on the 5 easy. Okay, nice shot.
Well, looks like he's in control of this rack.
He may take this in the corner. Just come to the rail and bump the 10 open, or he may ease this in and then
come up.
I think the side's a little tricky with the cue ball. Obviously not a hard shot to pocket, but I like him shooting this in the corner myself. Wow, really used the pocket there in the new felt. The balls will slide in a bit more when the felt's brand new.
Players are on that shot clock, 30 seconds. And you heard the beeps start going off. When they start going off, we have 5 is it?
That's right, at the 5-second mark is when the beeps occur. Looks like he's run past his mark, so
he's going to have to settle for the short side position.
Straight pool player, 8-ball player, doesn't bother him.
Yeah.
He's going around. Don't understand that, even though he's going to get there. I think the new felt really helped him there.
That was a nice little stun, wasn't it? To just go over to the left side.
Yeah, that was even a roll, I thought.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it didn't matter. He still completed it.
6-3 now. Josh Filler breaking in what will be game number 10, and probably needs to win this one.
Well, the winner of this match here will play the winner of Ferry Satriadi and Mario P. They're battling at this time, at the same time, so if I can get you a score update, which we will have access to later on in the tournament. Just don't have it just yet. Carlo Viado and Naoyuki Oi battling. Table 3. Josh to break. Needs this one desperately. Doesn't want his man Sky Woodward on the hill. 5 down, 8 ball coming.
Yeah, the 1 over the pocket. What's the 7 going to do with the 3 and the 4 here?
Doesn't look like it did anything
May
bad.
have locked the 4 up.
Okay.
It's close, but the 3's near.
Combo on 2-6. Careful not to follow it in, but he's going to have position on the 3 regardless.
Yeah, he'll ease this though. He wants to play off the 2 to the 3 for sure, especially if he has to do something on the 4. But something tells me he doesn't, because he's not really addressing it too much. Rail first.
You know, Josh was a player that he just looks like he's practicing the whole time. He's just walking around the table at ease. Doesn't look nervous. Some players show the nerves, some don't. This guy's another one like that too. This is a great matchup, and what a great matchup to start off the World Championship.
Yeah, many matches going on. It could be the finals or down towards the finals. Looks like to me he's a little off angle. He's going to see, all right, if I just pinch it and hold it right there, am I okay? He's just going to make sure.
You know, you just made a point right there, Jeremy, that I just thought of. It just led me to think we could have these guys as an opening match, and we could have them as a closing match.
Oh, yeah.
Either one of these guys could go through the field and come back and meet. At the final 16, when we get to the final 16, it will go to a race to 10, and it will be single elimination. So, but yeah, it wouldn't be out of the question, for sure.
To make it 6-4 after 10 games. Figure someone to be up 6-4.
back. Sky to break at this 6-4 score. He will break on all even scores. Josh will break on the odd ones since Sky won the break. The lag.
All right, he's made one.
About to make another. There we go.
Yeah, he's got a great shot on the one. I think he's got a little angle to get on a 2-6 combo that's not terrible if you can get good shape.
How about a stop for a bank?
Not bad. I'd rather get on the combo myself. But if he doesn't have much angle, which I thought he could cheat the pocket a little bit here and get, you know, kind of near the 4-ish, something like that, or in between the 2 and 4 with the cue ball. He might be playing your bank. Not on the 1, of course, but on the 2 ball.
The 2 ball position.
Man, he definitely can get out there for the combo, though. I can see this angle. Skyler being Kentucky, a guy that grew up playing some bank pool. This one here's funny, though. It looks to me if he just stuns forward, maybe he's okay, but might have to follow this. That's what it looks like to me, which is always a little awkward banking. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. It looked like he had to follow the cue ball, and you don't get quite as good a feeling making the bank when you got to follow the rock.
Well, he got fortunate not to leave a offensive shot, but he did leave a defensive shot.
Yeah.
Joshua.
And he didn't gain the greatest of positions on the 4 there, banking at that 2. So.
Is he going behind the 8?
Behind the 5, but he's a little long.
So Skyler is faced with a long shot close to the rail with the cue ball.
I'm trying to see what he may do. He may overcut the 2 to the right and run the cue ball back around the 6 and back up table.
He's got to get around that 6. That 6 is big right there.
Yeah.
Especially
It's okay, pretty natural.
A hint to left?
I think straight when he overcuts it. The thing about this is to stay calm with it and know you're going to just be floating the 2 to the rail and then behind the 7 and all that. You know, you can easily overhit this because you're worried about not only making sure the 2 gets over there, but you played it full. Maybe gets fortunate not to leave a shot here on the 2 ball. It's real close.
I'm a little surprised he played it that way.
Yeah, he may not recognize the shot I was talking about, which would be a little surprising, but sometimes the guys don't like that thin hit on the object ball. And great camera work there. I don't think he's going to back off this, even though he doesn't have the side rail to slide this in. Still probably going to shoot. Yeah, straight shooter.
Great shot. Should earn him this game.
Yeah, and the lead's diminishing from 6 to 2. Josh should get out here, and then he'll be breaking in the next. So. Now I'm wondering how below the 10 is that 7. Can he get across after the 7 for the 8 in the lower left, or does he maybe have to go above it and play the 8 in the upper left?
Upper left. I think he's going to play the 8 in the upper left.
Yeah, we'll see. If he gets a lot of angle on the 7. No, I think he got perfect where he can come one rail across now.
Yeah, coming off that rail a little more gave him that angle, and it just worked out great for him.
Well, that's what I was saying earlier. A lot of people don't give Josh the position. His position is really nice, I thought. I've always thought.
He's actually absolutely perfect there. And now, Skyler might not come back to the table until the score's tied.
Well, he's got to take advantage of those, and I don't mind him stopping for the bank, but I thought he could get on the 2-6 combo, though. Slick table, as great as these guys do bank the ball, it's a big variable when it comes to trying to bank it shots.
You know, the funny thing is I look across the audience and I see a couple of phones streaming our match
Well,
here.
let's just say they're videoing.
Or video.
Yeah, just keeping it for their collection at home.
Sending it home to their friends.
Yeah, look where I'm at. Look who's playing.
Yeah, well, it doesn't get better than this.
No.
If you had to pick 2 players to play, what a choice. This could be the Moscone Cup. This could be a lot of things, but it's not. It's the Predator World Football Championship. Right here. Uh-oh.
The cue ball.
Uh-oh.
Well, I tell you, after a couple little mistakes, nothing will wake you up quicker than ball in hand. Now the 4's decently over the pocket, so getting from the 3 to the 4, not too hard. I'm not sure the 6 passes the 9, though. Now I'm looking at it, and it's really tight. It does go, though. It does go.
And fortunately, the 6 is close to the 9, so you know exactly whether it goes or not from that angle.
He's got to ease this now, which shouldn't be a problem. Wants to get a little angle on the 3 to go to the rail anyways.
Nice camera work where you can see the Predator arena lights and the angle of the player shooting. See the reflection on the balls.
And he just kind of looked at that 6 again just to make sure. Doesn't have to do a lot with the cue ball here with the 4 near the pocket.
Like to get the cue ball back where it's at.
Yeah, that'd be ideal, and just not get over that 7 ball. Stay clear of that. That's perfect. Don't think he draws up to the side, even though he could. I would just stun 1 rail out for the 7 in the corner where he's standing. So barring something crazy, Skyler's going to get to the hill here and have 2 breaks to win the match. You got to love that.
It's in your favor.
Yeah, well, at this level, if you get 1 break to win the match, you've done your job. But if you get 2, you're feeling pretty good about it.
Mm-hmm. Position was just flawless through the whole rack. guy to break on the hill. He can close out the match with this rack and not let Filler back to the table, which is, in his mind, the way he'd like to play it out.
Yeah, that'd be ideal. Square, ball on the side. Cue ball got a little bit of a kiss there, but he's going to love these results.
Oh, wow.
I'll tell you that.
Too bad that 2 ball just didn't hang up there, huh? On that corner pocket by the 3.
Yeah, and this first shot to me makes a huge difference on the outcome of this match. I would just play above the side, above the 5 here. The 3 is very cuttable. If he tries to come all the way back down, he could get in trouble. All right, that's the shot I like now. He really friendly bump there because he did not creep into position at all. You know, that could have got really thin.
Yeah, if that 8 ball's not there, it comes across there and he doesn't have a cut shot.
No. Let's squeeze this in. Very light flick of English.
A successful flick.
Got a little funny here. Drawn into the 6 a little bit.
If he's got a little angle, I think he can follow and play the 5 in the side.
Yeah, he's just got to move the ball doing it though. Still, he could get by the 10 easily.
He's got to avoid it. Yep.
Kind of stunned follow there a little bit. Create a little better angle for the cue ball, and then the top English took. Not too much worries here. When he shoots the 6, he's just got to get around the 8. Doesn't have to get near the 7 at all. Not too far from the pocket. Straight high English here.
Just be sure to miss the side pocket. You should.
Now here I come out for the corner myself, but that's just me. With the 10 buried on this bottom rail.
You come straight out the 1 rail, or you
yeah,
go to
right at the 8.
right at the 8.
Yeah. Now he's going to come for the side, so he's got to use a little of his talent, I call it, a little touch. It's going to be too much.
I like the way he.
Well, no, it ended up perfect.
I like the way he used that 2nd rail. It's one of my favorite ways to get the ball down the table is with 2 rails.
So we're going to lose Josh Filler to the 1 loss side. Sky Woodward will advance undefeated. Great match by both players.